In 5, 4, 3. I had a grain of rice left as soon as I got
that. You came out the blocks. Terrible. Terrible. Let's try
I
one
mean, that
more
rice
time.
was like, let me tuck in right here. It went down the side.
Oh, no.
I thought I would swallow it all. And that rice was like, no, you forgot me.
I said, nope.
Okay.
Here we go.
And 5, 4, 3. What up, y'all? Welcome to Here's the Thing. I'm Kevin on stage. She's...
That's Chick Angel.
Welcome to another podcast episode. Smash that like button. Smash that notication button.
Bow,
bangers,
bow.
bangers, bangers. All 2021. Church announcements real quick. Shout out to Arizona. You guys were great this week. And this coming week, we are in Denver,
Colorado.
The last dinosaur. He's my friend and a whole lot more.
Was his name Denver?
His name was Denver. Denver this week. Chicago sold out. The next week, Washington, D.C. is sold out. Minneapolis, Minnesota sales absolutely stink there. Probably going to be off the list. I'm going to tell you the two cities that I'm not even threatening. I'm dead serious. And I'm not even like, this is not reverse marketing. This is just the truth.
Okay.
When they sell this poorly, I'd be like, y'all don't want me.
not doing it,
And it's not that I'm just not coming to that city. I'm just going to replace that city with a city that does want me to come. So Minneapolis, you are stinking it up. St. Louis easily replacing you. Detroit easily.
St. Louis doesn't do well.
No, we did St. Louis.
Oh.
No, I'm saying I'm replacing St. Louis with Minneapolis.
Okay, yeah.
Minneapolis, you're more than likely out. So come out this time. Oklahoma City, you are out. Every year, you are out.
Why do they keep booking you there if it's not going well?
Because it shows up on my numbers as a city of interest. But when it comes time for those people to purchase tickets,
they don't do it.
Tulsa, I've done way better in Tulsa than I have Oklahoma City. More than likely, all of you will be going to Dallas. Or not coming. So just know that of the cities left, you guys are just stinking up the joint. And that's okay. Because really, I'm just stinking up the joint. All right, we've got a hodgepodge of things to talk about
Wait
today.
a minute, we got to make sure people know. I know the Patreon knows, but we don't have Joshy with us today.
Oh, I didn't say it? I said it before we started.
Yeah, Joshy's not here.
He was being rich. He stayed in Arizona to play golf.
I mean, nothing sounds bougier. You know what, guys? I'm going to stay back, play some golf in Scottsdale.
He woke up this morning, right, at 7 o'clock. While we were going to the airport, he texted us a video of him opening a Truly.
Oh, I completely missed the video.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, he had his golf hat on, his polo shirt, and he opened up a Truly.
What is a Truly?
A Truly is like White Claw. It's like a hard seltzer.
Oh.
So we got Cam behind the mic on the ones and twos. If you do hear a voice chime in, this is our good friend Cam. He works here at the studio. Longtime friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
There's no camera on me, sorry.
There's no cam on Cam, but if he chimes in, just know that he is
Maybe
here.
next time. If I do this for the future, possibly next time.
There you go. All right.
All right, let's talk about it.
These are all over the place.
That's
the first thing, Comedy Central. Now, this is what the article is titled. This is not how we feel. Newsweek title says, Comedy Central caves to cancel culture, removes episode from the Office lineup. The episode that they removed is Diversity Day.
Diversity Day.
That is top 5 episodes of The Office.
Yeah.
It's a funny setup. It's a full-on amazing episode.
Yeah.
It makes sense within the characters, what happened, but it probably hasn't aged well. Right? I don't think you could have, and this is what I mean by this. You couldn't have written and shot and aired that episode today with the same freedom as they did. I think it aired in 2006.
Let me see.
First time.
Really? That long ago?
Because it was in the first season of The Office,
2005.
which is like aired in 2005.
March 29th, 2005.
So is that 16 years ago?
Shut up. Don't try to do math today.
That makes me feel
Is that?
No. Shut up.
That is 16 years ago.
I know what it is.
Wow. So
I was still in my 20s.
that
Oh my God.
That is the episode. If you haven't seen it, Michael Scott. Larry Wilmore is Mr. Brown, which is just perfect.
Right.
He comes as the like an HR compliance officer.
Yeah.
From corporate. And because Michael Scott has been making people feel embarrassed, he's been doing this Chris Rock
routine, trying to sound like Chris Rock and this exaggerated,
God,
black
so
scent.
One of the funniest parts is when Kevin tries to do the routine and he messes it up. And watching Michael Scott get so frustrated that Kevin is ruining someone else's joke.
Someone else.
Okay, this is not Michael Scott's joke. But in his mind, his retelling of Chris Rock's joke is only on par with Chris Rock.
Right.
He does say the N-word in there. Mm-hmm. Okay? Every time. You want a cookie? And I must say, here's the truth, and I know you guys might be upset about that. There's an old saying that funny trumps offensive. That one.
That one trumps it?
That one, I wish I could tell you guys that I'm mad. Michael Scott doing it, I wasn't mad. Larry David has an episode of Curb with Crazy Eye Killer, and he's like, "Are you my nigga?" Remember we had him. They haven't seen this episode yet, but we had Chris Williams was the guy.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "You my nigga?" And Larry's like, "I'm your nigga." And I hate myself, but I laugh. And Jackie Chan in Rush Hour, "What's up, my nigga?" I'm sorry, blacks. I'm sorry.
Does it just warm your heart?
I don't warm my heart, but I can't find myself getting mad. Because it's funny and I'm sorry. I know.
No, I don't feel like you know.
I know I should be like, it's wrong. And it is wrong. But some things that are wrong are funny. That's why y'all never watch. If you guys ever saw the jokes that I laugh at on TikTok is...
You have a dark sense of humor. You have a very, you like offensive humor.
I think because there's so many things that I can't say. When I see people...
You choose.
No, Angel, this stuff on TikTok, I wouldn't even think of these jokes. These young kids, it's like they don't care what happens in 10, 15 years.
No, they don't.
They think what's funny today. Mm-hmm. And there's a whole section of TikTok where... And I mean, like... Okay, I don't know how to explain this, but...
Oh, I want to see you.
There's people on TikTok with disabilities who have embraced their disabilities for humor. These videos, I'd be like, oh, y'all are just...
They just out
Y'all are so fun, and you can't get... Nobody's making fun of them.
They're making fun of their situation.
They are in, and it be like, whew, this is wrong.
And you just,
And I just be like,
they know people like you are going to be laughing.
I share some. I can't share with everybody. I don't even share some with Melissa. I don't know what she would think of me. I share most of them with Patrick Cloud because he has even worse sense of humor than me.
I can believe it.
This man, everything that's dark and deep and disgusting, he loves it. So anyway,
that sounds nasty.
So
are they cutting the episode because of the N-word or the whole premise behind?
There's 17 reasons why you can take that episode off. Because what he does, that episode is against everyone. Asians, women.
Oh, they make sure
Martin
they hit
Luther
everybody.
King. They hit when he's talking to Kelly. Oh my God. I don't even know if I can repeat it, but Kelly smacks him.
Yeah. But I feel like what they're trying to do, what The Office was trying to do in the episode, is show how ignorant white folk can be in the workplace,
and how silly corporate America addressing race can often be, especially for the people of color in The Office. And I use people of color this time because in that episode it was literally
addressing a lot more than black people,
right? And I think that's part of the reason why it's so funny, because a lot of times when it's satire and you're making fun of a thing, like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Not our generation. The one next. Who's that?
Generation X.
Okay, no, that's before us. I'm talking about younger than us.
Generation Z.
Okay, the older versions of Generation Z are mad at our generation for not being mad at Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface in Tropic Thunder.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface in Tropic Thunder.
It was so good.
And I'm going to tell you why. Be mad if you must. Here's why a lot of black people are not upset. The joke isn't on black people.
No.
The joke is on white people.
Exactly.
Or actors who think they're exempt from everything. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie is Robert Downey Jr. saying, "You people." And Brandon T. Jackson being like, "What do you mean, you people?" Right? I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. It works for a whole movie.
Yes.
Right? Because the joke isn't on black people. It's on, and that's the same thing for Diversity Day. However, I get why people are like, this. Here's how I feel.
Yeah, please.
Comedy is not only subjective, the line of comedy is ever changing.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
What has happened with the internet is we have access to stuff that would have aged out otherwise.
Right.
Right? Like if you watch All in the Family with
Oh my God, Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's so many racist.
Dog,
It's the
that
whole thing
stuff
is.
is wild.
Yeah.
But it was at that time, it wasn't wild then. And also Archie Bunker, the joke is on people like him, right?
Yeah, because he's a bigoted.
He's a
racist guy.
bigoted idiot and all that type of stuff. But that stuff is like, wow. Kings of Comedy. The jokes that Bernie Mac got away with in 2001 or 2000 when that came out, he couldn't do those jokes. So I think what has happened with the internet, stuff is archived and available that wasn't usually available.
Absolutely.
And comedy is safe. What is safe in 2005 isn't necessarily safe in 2001 or
100%.
2021.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with The Office is like, nothing happened except time has changed.
Oh, yeah.
How people feel about stuff, you know, and some stuff you'd be like, you know, and I'd be ashamed of what I used to laugh at, but I didn't know what I didn't know until I found out that I didn't know it.
Yeah, I know a lot of it is as we become more clear on the things that as a society we're doing wrong against different groups.
Yeah.
We then change how we, well, at least comedians, I think, change how they approach comedy. They become sharper at certain things.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that the audience didn't think it was funny back then when they were in the same mindset as the comedian.
Yes.
Like the audience and the comedians were all in the same mindset of, oh, these words aren't that offensive, so it can be said and still be funny.
Right.
And then as we move forward, it's different. But I still think the thing that I find to be different than, say, Bernie Mac's joke on, he was making fun of said group in his joke versus The Office making the joke on the majority or the white corporate culture.
Yes. Yes.
That's the only reason why I'm like, I get just to be on the safe side and not having to deal with the whole thing, but I do think there is a difference between when the joke is being made about the people that are marginalized versus making the joke on you who sees the marginalized person wrong.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And I personally love that episode, but I also understand why Comedy Central was just like, look, we don't need it. And to be honest, there are some jokes in my stand-up time and in my YouTube life that have not aged well.
Oh, yeah.
I often go back and be like, you know what? Let me just private that.
I have a joke, and I can do part of the joke. I can't do the whole joke about being deaf. And there's a part of the joke that still works. It works wonderfully. There's another part of the joke where it's just like where you walk the line, but then you fall over. I fall over in it, and I'm glad somebody caught it. One of my fans was like, hey. This might not. And I mean, that joke used to be my closer. It used to kill.
I bet.
And I was like, I'm going to have to kill it because
it's going to kill you.
Oh, yeah. I said, you ain't going to see the light of day no more. I might do the first part one day, but that other part, nah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, part of comedy is to get up close to that line and walk it carefully. But with time, that line has changed by a mile, miles and miles. And I'm just thankful that I have seen that episode. I don't know if it's available. And also, the other thing
I think it's available on Netflix. Is it still up on Netflix?
No, it's off Netflix. All that stuff is on Peacock now. The thing that I can always be grateful for is I can almost watch that episode in my mind. It is that, I've seen it that many times. I can just I can play it right
the
now.
marathon episode or the 5K or 10K, that episode with the bleeding nipples, that's probably, and then the episode where Michael keeps getting a vasectomy and reversing the vasectomy.
Back forth.
Those are probably.
And I love the marathon episode because the whole team was in on it, right? Even though it starts with him hitting Meredith with his car,
Yes.
it ends in exercise. And that's why I also love Noom. Noom is an amazing exercise platform for people like me. And you know what the thing about people like me is? We're just honest. We're up and down. Okay, I have the best of intentions. I want to do right. I want to work out and lose weight, but I get off track. Did I say I was going to drink water all weekend? Yes. Do I have a strawberry lilikoi from Hawaiian Sun? I do. And I had been doing so well. But, you know, I slipped off the track. Honestly, I did it on purpose. I can't even say I slipped. I said, I like that drink. I will drink that now. And nobody's here to stop me. And Noom is there because it understands me. Noom is such an amazing place because when it comes to just losing weight, there's a lot of pressure to label foods good or bad. But that just creates unnecessary dilemmas. Right now, I was eating fried rice, chicken fried rice. I know I shouldn't probably be eating that. There was a healthier option. But here's what Noom says. Say, Kev, hey, man, if you want chicken fried rice, just don't eat the whole box. Okay? Eat one corner. You know how the plates come in the big piece and then the two corners? Eat one corner, maybe two. Don't eat the middle part. That way you can have something that you know, not necessarily great for you, but you're not starving yourself and robbing yourself of things that you like. And that's why I like Noom. And it has me working out and enjoying my life. Look, my only goal is to look and feel better in my clothes. There's not a number on the scale. There's not a certain amount I want to lift. I just want to feel more comfortable in my clothes, and that's why Noom is there. You don't need rules to lose weight, just the knowledge and wisdom to help you build smarter and more sustainable habits. Noom's cognitive behavioral approach helps you unlearn bad habits and better understand your relationship with food. One size does not fit all. With workout programs and hats, let me tell you what. I got a head that one size does not fit all, okay? And I just want to sue some people because it's not true. And I be buying those things and I be giving myself a headache trying to wear them hats, squeezing my blood vessels out. And I'm glad Noom don't make me feel bad about that. 80% of Noomers finish the program and over 60% have stuck with the goals for at least a year. No need to fear ruining the whole program with one off day. One lilikoi and fried rice ain't gonna kill you, okay? Neither will two. All you need to do is a daily 10-minute check-in. No grueling early mornings or huge chunks out of your day, okay? Here's what you're going to do. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/SK. SK. That's NOOM.com/SK.
SK.
Sign up for your trial at noom.com/SK.
SK.
Once again, NOOM.com/SK.
SK.
So all in all, are you okay with Comedy Central? They removed it from the marathon, by the way. They were doing a marathon. Of the office. They took it off. I'm pretty sure that episode is still on Peacock because I just watched it.
I feel like when you're a corporation, you have to err on the safer side of things. And so I can understand, like, if there's offense that can be taken, maybe you shouldn't do it. Where if it was an individual, I'd be like, you can chance it, but they got too much to lose to keep it in there.
And The Office is so important to what they want to do, right? That thing made Netflix stupid money.
Yeah.
There was a time where that's all I watched on Netflix. They don't want the bad press, and there's plenty of other episodes of The Office.
Right.
But Diversity Day is up there with one of my favorite episodes of TV. One of my favorite moments in television history of life is the basketball episode of The Office.
Oh, yes, that's another one of my favorites.
He picked Stanley, the way Stanley dribbled with one hand and the other hand went up. And Michael said, oh. And then Kevin's jumper was wet.
Yes.
At the end, it was just perfect, man. Yeah. I mean, Stanley dribbling that basketball, I about peed on myself. It was... Why does his hand go up in the back?
Oh, Stanley's so sassy.
Funny, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then there's shows. The thing that's interesting, Chrisette Michele, it's the chair.
I know.
Chrisette Michele said this about on the Terrell Grice show. She said one of the reasons she struggled so much with her inauguration decision is because she couldn't stand in her truth.
Yeah.
Right? She was saying that if she believed in herself and stood by, she thinks she would have handled it differently, or at least been able to withstand what happened. There's shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that have episodes that are 1,000 times worse
Yeah.
than The Office, and they're never coming down because that show is like, this is what we are.
Yeah.
This is what we do. And some of those episodes are like, that's like TikTok darkness.
Yeah.
I mean, but then there's some that are just really funny. Charlie ordering milk steak at a restaurant with jelly beans.
Ew.
He was sweaty. He had been eating cheese. Out of context, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I just want to say I get it, The Office. You got other things to worry about.
Absolutely.
On the topic of, I don't know if it's race or whatever, but Deion Sanders, we very rarely talk about sports in here, but this is one that I think it's interesting. Deion Sanders took over as the head coach for Jackson State University, which is a HBCU, and he ends all his meetings and games like this.
Believe in you, and you know how I always end it. Now give me my thing.
So the discussion on Twitter was about how a black head coach
Yes.
a black head coach can interact with black students and athletes at an HBCU in a way that no other coach can.
Right.
And how he'll be able to recruit in a way that other people just will never be able to do.
I mean, he is Deion Sanders.
He is also Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Outside of everything I said, he
Yes.
is also prime time.
Exactly.
One of the coolest players ever.
Exactly.
But even outside of that, if I'm an athlete, you know I'm a finely tuned athletic machine.
Yes, you are.
I'm a finely tuned athletic
Yes,
machine.
he is.
If I'm a 4-star, 5-star recruit coming out of high school like I was until I tore my ACL, I was going to the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straight to the NBA FL. They were fighting over me. What do you want to come? Straight out of high school to the NFL, Cam? Or do you want to go to the NBA first? I don't know, guys.
I don't know.
But I had a double ACL tear, and I was in a wheelchair for months. My career was derailed. But if I had it over to do again, and I was still a 5-star recruit, and you gave me the option to be my full black self,
Right.
it's hard to go and play for, Coach XYZ at Big State U.
Right.
Especially right now when we're having a difference in mind about black culture and blackness.
Yeah.
Right? And I've always said, especially in basketball, if the black kids who are the top recruits decide we're now going to go to an HBCU, HBCUs are now going to the national championship.
At 100%. 100%.
You're from UK, you know.
Listen, I know we always got the top of the top. And there's definitely a thing about just HBCUs. I mean, one of the reasons why I regret not going, but it is what it is. I wouldn't have met my husband if I hadn't. Is that there is something about being able to be your authentic self, and then people understand what that is.
Yes.
Not having to explain it, not having to have it interpreted as aggressive or condescending or demeaning. Being able to be assured of yourself, and it just being that you are a confident person that is assured of yourself. And also being able, even with having a black head coach, even being able to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And knowing that, like, okay, my coach has my back. I don't have to be this, because I do actually feel for student athletes because what they're being asked to do, no one else, professional athletes don't have to do.
Yes.
Other students don't have to do it,
Yes.
which is basically have two careers, an athletic career and a student career going on at the same time. And so they're expected to be these machines at all times.
Yes.
And they are dealing with real life stuff just like any other student, just like any other black person.
Yes.
So being able to be vulnerable and be in a place where you're not okay, I'm not saying that no other race of coach would be able to be empathetic or understand, but you can assume that a black coach that actually has his players what is it? What is it when you want to make sure somebody's okay? Their well-being.
There you go.
There you go. See?
I was about to say that.
They're going to understand. Like, I know what you're going through.
Well, listen, Denzel has a great quote about what culture means. Mm-hmm. And somebody had asked him, what's the importance of having black directors on black films? And he was saying it's not necessarily just that. Uh-huh. He was saying that...
Best interest. Thank you. Thank you.
He was saying that when... he was saying Steven Spielberg could have made Goodfellas and Martin Scorsese could have made Schindler's List, right? But when you are a Jewish man, there is a certain something about Schindler's List that Martin Scorsese might never get. Mm-hmm. And there's a certain something about growing up in Italian culture like Scorsese gets that Steven Spielberg won't get. Right. And his example was, if a black, say Steven Spielberg directed a black movie, right? Mm-hmm. He directed you in, Angel Comes to Town, Part 3. He was saying you could do a great job. But a black director will know that if the scene's about Easter Sunday, he will know what the hot comb smells like. Right. Because he would have lived it. And I think that's the difference. And not even a black person, I won't know about Goodfellas like Martin Scorsese would.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, we learned a lot about culture through movies anyway, but it's a topic for another day. But I think that's what Deion will have. And other coaches, this is not just Deion. It's just Deion is more prominent than almost anybody else. Yeah. And it was just like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen a video like that where the coach. Now, a lot of times coaches allow that. Yeah. Right? The locker room music to be hood or black or whatever. But they're not the ones that, before we leave,
you better play my theme song.
Is that YG, right? My nigga.
You really asking me, Angel.
Who?
You're asking me, Angel.
Who was that, Stage Crew? My nigga. I think it's YG.
If you sing it again softly, you think you'll get it. You're like, nigga. But you also, what you're missing with Deion is that he's had to perform on the field.
Yes.
So no telling what songs he was listening to get himself to perform. So
he was listening to his own music. Remember? He made music.
He did. I don't think he was listening to his own music, to be honest.
Time.
I think he was listening to other music. So he's like, I know what's necessary to get you in the right headspace, to get you feeling like, hey, I got this, or I got my team, or whatever. So, where some other coaches that might not have, had the type of success as him, don't have that type of, like, for me, Kev knows, when I am backstage or before I get ready to go on stage, y'all know one of my favorite rappers, Waka Flocka, talks to my soul. He gets me ready. He gets me hyped. This is the reason why I can go out on stage and try to bring as much energy as possible at the top. If you give me some Celine Dion near, far, wherever you are, I am not going to give my best.
I just think it's so funny of how much of a person you are, what I know of you, and the person you're just like, now who I'll defend? Mr. Flocka.
Mr. Flocka!
You go hard in the paint.
Yes.
One would say.
Who else could get away with just yelling their name? Waka, Flocka, Waka, Flocka, Waka, Flocka, Waka, Flocka, Flocka, Waka, Flocka, 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 Flay! Waka, Flocka, 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 Waka, Waka, Flocka, Flocka. That is genius. To be like, you know what? Turn the mic on. I'm gonna just yell my name in the mic over and over again.
Bow, 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 bow. One of the best things about Waka is he said, I'm not a good rapper. I'm not great.
Love him even more for it.
I respect him. I'm telling you, I've said this before. Knowing your lane and what you do well. He said, man, I just want you to turn up.
Turn up.
And you need that, and you turn them on.
And there's so many trash rappers that are like, killing the game, I'm one of the best, me, Jay, me, Hov, Lil Wayne. And you're just like, what? Walker's like, nah. But I bet you gonna be lit after hearing what I said. And I love it. So that's what I feel like Deion is doing. He's like, listen, y'all trying to get lit? I'm gonna be the one to get you lit. Okay? And I am the type of person that likes that. That's the type of coach that can speak to me.
I bet. I bet you be in there twerking so hard, you throw your back out.
I be like, coach, put me in. Put me in, coach. You need a good coach. I love it. That's just like how Policy Genius is the coaches of getting life insurance.
They sure is.
They're the ones that gonna get you lit and have your kids lit just in case you die. Summer's coming to an end, and the leaves are about to fall while Mother Nature does her thing to prepare for the new season. You can do yours by getting free life insurance quotes with Policy Genius. Policy Genius, it makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all in one place. Why compare? You can save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
50%?
50% or more.
Wow.
And you can save $1,300 or more per year on life insurance by using Policy Genius to compare policies. And eligible applicants can get covered as little as a week, thanks to an award-winning policy option that swaps the standard medical exam requirement for a simple phone call. This exclusion policy was recently rated #1 by Forbes Advisor, higher than options for Ladder, Ethos, and Bestow. Now, let me tell you how it works. Getting started is easy. First, head to PolicyGenius.com. In a minute, you can work out how much life insurance coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find your best price. When you're ready to apply, the Policy Genius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free.
For free?
Yeah, I said for free, Kevin.
What you said?
I'll say it again, for free. Policy Genius does not add on extra fees. So this is what we want you to do. Head to PolicyGenius.com to get started right now. Policy Genius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. And you know what else?
What,
To get
Angel?
right, you need to get your money right.
You sure do.
Okay, and Chime is like, let me chime in right here. Okay?
I'm checking my chime right now.
You better be checking your chime.
Checking my balance.
Okay, so online checking accounts shouldn't cost you any money, all right? Period. That's why Chime, an award-winning app and debit card, has no overdraft fees, foreign transaction fees, monthly service fees, or transfer fees. Listen, they fee-free is what they trying to tell you. They ain't charging you all this extra mess that
Not
you
all
don't
that
need.
hullabaloo.
They have over 60,000 fee-free in-network ATMs at locations like Walgreens, 7-Eleven, CVS, and more. That's more than the top 3 national banks combined. Let me tell you about these national banks.
Tell them a thing or two about themselves, Angel, because they done got up there and sat up there and got haughty, and they ain't been out here changing the
all
game.
These fees. You go to an ATM, the ATM charge you $3.75 to take out some money. Then the bank that you bank with charges you because you didn't take out money from one of their ATMs. So you charging people about like $6, $7 overall, and all you did was take out a $20.
That's all you did?
And then it cost you $30.
$37.90.
It is crazy, but Chime said not today. You can send money to anyone, even if they aren't on Chime. No fees for you or cash out fees for them. What? I don't know if y'all heard that. I can think of quite a few electronic moving money systems that charge fees. If you want to send something to them, they say, "Hey, let me hold $50. You gonna have to send $55 because they gonna take that money from you."
There's a couple companies that gonna cost you a good percentage. They over there robbing you blind.
Robbing you blind, but Chime is not here for it. So let me tell you what we want you to do. It's time to say goodbye to hidden fees. Join the millions of Americans already loving Chime. Sign up, takes only 2 minutes, and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started today at chime.com/SK.
SK.
That's chime.com/SK.
SK.
Here we go. I'm about to give you these disclosures. Listen carefully. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank, N.A. members FDIC. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees apply except at MoneyPass ATM in a 7-Eleven location and at any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. Other fees such as third-party and cash deposit fees may apply. Again, that's chime.com/SK.
SK. All right, we're moving on.
SK.
Thank
SK.
you,
There you
Cam.
go, Cam. Get in on this. Deadline Hollywood reports
Yes. Oh, my God.
a show called The Activist.
The Activist.
A competition series that features 6 inspiring activists teamed with 3 high-profile public figures working together to bring meaningful change to one of 3 vitally important world causes: health, education, and environment. The celebrities are Usher, Priyanka Chopra, I don't know how her last name's pronounced, and Julianne Hough.
I'm telling you, when
I don't know
I
who
think
that
of
is.
fighting against racial injustice, I think of Usher.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah. Black Lives Matter. Yeah.
That's what you think?
That's what I
Well,
think
here's
of.
my confession. I don't think of this show as a good opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Making a show called The Activist, a competition show.
Listen, it's stupid. And even the white girl, what's her name?
Julianne Hough. I
She
have never.
She did blackface in a costume.
Did she?
A couple of years ago.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is wildly
Yes, she
inconvenient.
did. Yes.
I don't know this Wahite woman. I never
She
seen
was
her.
on Dancing with the Stars. She was one of the dancers.
You sure she did blackface, Angel?
Come on, look it
Oh,
up,
my
Kevin.
gosh.
Do you see it?
Halloween catch your
She
white
was
people
doing
up every
Orange is
time.
the New Black and was playing Crazy Eyes.
Josh, put this picture in.
When you get it, Josh. Yes, she did blackface.
Ah! Look up Julianne Hough, and this was recent.
What I said, Kevin.
Oh, Josh, I just put it in the docket.
When I was researching this
Jesus.
topic, and I was like, Julianne.
That is just wildly
They
inconvenient.
were like, perfect. You. First of all,
no way.
yes,
She really did. I
She
seen that. I
really
didn't know
did
who
it.
that was.
yes, she's. I'm telling you,
I'm not calling Cam Josh. I'm talking to Josh for when he's editing.
they're like,
it.
his name is Cam.
I know Cam's not editing this. Y'all just hush. You always think you know. Patreon, you don't always know. I'm talking to Josh because he
no.
gonna listen.
Corporate America, I got it.
Get the
Stop.
stuff.
The entertainment industry, the powers that be, love that Julianne girl. They love
Really?
her. They want to put her everywhere.
I've
I think
never
she
seen this
was,
woman in my
was
life.
she the lead in Grease, the live version of Grease?
I've never seen Grease.
You know what? The remake.
They remade Grease?
Ooh. They did like a live.
I've never seen
live Grease.
I failed a quiz, so I have to say that I've never seen Grease now.
Yes. Okay. They said I was right. They love her.
If your notable work is Dancing with the Stars,
you don't know him.
Dancing with the Stars should not be your notable work.
Well, the thing is because she got to work so much because of it. She had Wrigley's. Yeah, Wrigley's Double Mint commercials. They love to use
Okay,
her.
I've never
She
seen
making
this.
so much money.
She was in Harry Potter? In 2001, she was in a movie called Burlesque. Never saw it. Leading role in Footloose, Rock of Ages, Safe Haven, and then Sandy in the live production of Grease.
I was gonna say she got Sandy. Yes, she did. They love her.
Oh, she's blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yes,
Oh.
she can do no wrong.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
She can do no wrong, and she got a cute little body, abs all tight, and she can do the splits. And so that's making the men, the power that be, giving them a rock hard. On. Y'all know what I'm saying. But back to the show, I think it is not. This is what I'll say. If I were thinking about it rationally, I will say, okay, they were trying to make something that draws more attention to causes that are important because we got enough shows that are nonsense, right? We got a lot of shows. Like one of my favorite nonsense shows is not Wildin' Out, but Wipeout. Like we got shows that mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That are competition shows.
Wipeout's just a good time.
It's
You should
I
see
laugh
people
to
get
the
smacked
point
into water.
I'm in tears.
It's hilarious.
Yes. So we got a lot
Japanese version is better, and I don't mean to be that guy.
but no,
They go
are.
way harder in the Japanese
Oh,
version.
yeah,
They
I
be
think
throwing
they're
these
trying to kill people.
They be throwing them bodies around like rag dolls.
They are trying to kill people, and I love it. So if I'm looking at it rationally, I think, okay, there are a lot of shows that are about nothing. Let's make a show that draws more attention to great causes that people don't know about, right? And people love a good competition. However, the two end up becoming, it cancels out the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you are trying to draw attention to a great cause, but then your main premise is to make it a challenge, it kind of takes away the cause just being important because it's a cause. Now, mind you, there are a lot of celebrities that have, like, I'm giving away $10,000 to, write an essay for whatever.
Yep.
Like you all will see on the food show, there's a young lady who has a farm that Beyonce gave her $10,000 for her to be able to use this to grow or work full time on this nonprofit farm. So in that way, it's kind of like, it's kind of a competition because she had to write an essay up against other people, but a whole show where I'm sure there's going to be eliminations.
Yes.
There's going to be things dramatized. There's going to be a bunch of salacious stuff because that's how television is. It kind of mutes the good that I think the show was trying to do.
I agree with that sentiment. Also, some things shouldn't be gamified.
Right.
Right? I think activism, when people are literally dying in the streets, it doesn't seem like it's a good time to gamify this. Like, you know what we need right now? Like, how do you gamify? Are we marching? How long can you march for the Black Lives? And this guy, he marched for 12 hours. Are you setting up protests and whoever gets the most? Like, when you gamify things like that, it's you're walking a dangerous line. Yeah. It's like how a lot of people end up, you start with activists, the term celebrity activists. You start with people who were doing the work. And I'm just pointing out a lot of conversation, not harboring on any individual activist. And activism becomes your life work, then people don't want to see you. People don't want to see you seem like you are monetizing activism. Right. Personally monetizing it. Yeah. Like raising the funds for whatever the cause is and then redistributing that's fine. But when it seems like, well, you know what I'm saying, you got to slide me a little piece or I got to live. And it's like when your life is activism, like I understand the thought of you have to live. Yeah. But it's like, how well do you live? Especially when you're campaigning, especially like you're fighting for Black lives. A lot of our activism currently is in response to people dying, literally dying. Yeah. So the jump is you're profiting off of the death or the commodification of Black lives. Yeah. And that's hard to sit with as a Black person. And see people make money off of that. And I'm only saying the Black because, I only speak for Black people and I don't speak for Black people, but the Black interest things are, to me, like, I don't know if the Indian community is mad at Priyanka or Wahite people are mad at Julianne, but I know that Black people was like, Usher, now what did you did?
It's like three people, while I'm not saying I know their interest outside of their work, these are not three people that come to my mind when I think of activism. Like a show that I would potentially appreciate more than something like this is possibly like if they set grassroots organizations up with other major activists that have been able to grow from grassroots to help help them figure out things, because when you're starting up a nonprofit from the beginning, there's a lot of mistakes you make, especially if you're pouring all of your money into it. Yeah. So a show that would be a better concept would not be a competition show, but it would be a mentorship show where this organization in Detroit that's trying to come up with ways to get clean, in Flint, trying to come up with ways to get clean water. Pairing them up with someone who has been able to do something amazing, like building waterways in like a country in Africa or something. Yeah, I'm just making up, spitballing. And regardless, these companies or these two organizations will be given money to go directly to their organization. Yes. Instead of
documenting activism, it sounds like what you're talking about. But not gamifying it. I feel like
because this is entertainment, and unfortunately, entertainment sacrifices all of the actual important parts of activism. That they're gonna cut all that out of the edit because it's not entertaining for people to watch every night.
That is a very concise.
And you can't trust the large, mostly white studios to be like, oh no, we should put this out because this is good content. Now they're like, well, is it getting us the views we want?
Yes, right. They'll catch some heartwarming moments because that part is part of the story. Like Extreme Home Makeover, for example. Yeah. They're gonna catch that part at the end when the family comes across. Thing, but you don't necessarily want to see every nail hammered in. Right. You want to see your house sucks. Mm-hmm. We're gonna change it. We fix it. Your reaction. Yeah. And and I think what Cam said is the most eloquent version of saying you're gonna make it seem like. And the thing is, here's the other part that especially people who are on the actual ground get frustrated with. And this is not me. This conversation comes up a lot. Say you're the activist, right? You're the actual person. Celebrities come and overshadow the work that you are actually doing. Right. And this is a show. And then it's like the Olympics almost, in a sense. You come in here, we build this big thing, we do this, 3 weeks we're gone, and that doggone, if you've ever seen, there's documentaries on what happens to cities that host the Olympics. These things be derelict after. Yeah. I mean, just wasteland, homelessness is like all kinds of crazy things. But once them cameras are off, nobody cares about what's happening in China right now at the Olympic facilities. Right. We're on to the next one. So I think I think Cam said it best. I don't trust that Hollywood will handle with care these things.
No.
Because it's not entertaining. It's just work that really needs to be done.
Yeah.
And Hollywood don't care. It's a money-making machine. Like,
And an appeasement, because now they can be like, see, we're putting out content.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Oh, yeah, they get to put a little feather in their cap. Like, oh, we
That's
did
even
this
better.
thing. We did this thing, you see?
And nobody
Well, it's a
watched
distraction
it. So
because most of content's distraction. So like now we're going to
Very
distract
true.
you from what we're actually not doing, which we should be doing.
Right. Well, we're actually
Remember when
not
we said
doing.
we pledged billions during the Black Square night of June?
No,
Well, we're going to
we
make
didn't.
6 episodes of TheActivist.
Right.
And that would just have to count.
And there you go. And there you go. I will completely apologize if I am wrong and be like, oh my God, this show actually did a lot of good. But it already seems like it's not. But based off of your cast.
Right.
Based
Someone's
off of
already
that,
done blackface.
Right. That's
We're starting.
That's a terrible pick.
based off your cast.
You've already shot
alone.
yourself with the starting gun.
Absolutely.
There's
And also, the stage crew is calling Camtavion.
Uh-huh.
Ma'ams and sir.
They done gave you a couple of
Cameron
names.
is his name. We ain't blacking it up.
Oh,
he
they-
is just Cam
He is
or
Cam.
Cameron.
They're like,
okay?
Camtavion is on the mic.
The other thing about the industry, and I can say this as an owner of an app and a creator, what people say they want to see and what people watch are often very different.
Oh, yeah.
Right? People complain. This is the problem BET has for the longest. People want BET to be the beacon of shining light for Black culture. So they don't want to see Love and Hip Hop and, you know, Bad Girls Club and all that type of stuff on BET.
Right.
So Viacom, which is like, okay, we'll put Love and Hip Hop on VH1. And people, and by and large, Black people watch that content. We complain about how we're represented and all that type of stuff. But then when you make shows that are heartwarming and docu-style and you highlight, nobody cares. Like Jocelyn's show, as refined, I'm not saying everybody, but as refined as we say we are.
Right.
When Jocelyn get up there and that girl say double homicide, people click and watch that.
They're like, let me see.
Listen, we all want our wipeout. I'm just saying a lot of times what our actual viewing habits are and what we say on social media are very different.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we've got to take some ownership as people because BT is like, what do y'all want from us? Y'all want to be
Right.
every piece of content for everything. Y'all get mad at us when we make these shows, but when our competitor goes and makes it, you watch it.
You are so right because I want to say it's either Love and Hip Hop. One of them is like one of the highest rated or
Absolutely.
watched reality TV shows.
Absolutely.
And it is trash. I actually don't watch them. I tried and I was just like, oh, this is making me nauseous.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. When Flavor of Love came out, that was my favorite.
Well, it was groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking.
It was new then.
Yes.
Making the band.
Well, that was amazing.
When Diddy made them walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake. When Fred and
Oh, you talking about the first one with the rappers?
Yeah.
I
I've watched all of them. I watched
I
Danity
watched
Kane
every
too.
single one of them. It got really good for me at like Danity Kane and the guys. The day
26.
Yeah, day 26. It's 26 because I actually got to see them get better.
Also, one of the things about Day 26, the funniest thing in reality TV show history, when they had them battle R&B each other.
When they were like,
Oh my!
"Oh, do we come? Oh, do we come?"
Battling another singer with
They sing it to each other. The end of the road.
You gotta want it. Michael Bivins said, you gotta want it. You are basically crooning another R&B singer, but in battle format.
I was like, "How you?" gonna
They
be
did a
hard?
lot of "Other we come."
Oh, do we come?
Brian, to the end of the road. He holding back.
Can't let you go.
Do you realize what you're actually doing?
You doing spins? You belong to me. Doing the J.
You are performing to me, sir.
I
And it was like 12 on each side.
Yes, it was great. It was the Jets and the Sharks.
A croon off.
It was West Side Story. 100%.
You can't do that with R&B, and if you do, you cannot do Boys to Men.
All of a sudden, my vision became so clear. Everything I needed was right here before me. Big Mike lost all that weight. He got better.
Sure did.
You would have thought he took classes on Skillshare. That's how good he got. He was out there studying. But you can take Skillshare if you can't get on Making the Band. And you can learn how to get better at the things you want to get better at. You can learn how to explore your curiosity and take classes in an online community of creatives, right? Bless your soul with all the things that you can take. Every human was born to create.
That's
Whether you last picked up a paintbrush yesterday or in grade school, you can explore your creativity and be inspired. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meeting, with so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives. Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. Okay, so I recently took a class with this black designer. Actually, I was watching it on the plane. It was so dope. It was about designing your space on a budget. And so he was talking about how you can have really dope accent pieces. Like if it's your bedroom, that's where you're going to spend your money, is on the bed.
Yep. That's right.
And then you can match up stuff and building things in threes to mix up height and things of that nature. Watch the whole series. It was so... it was dope for me because we're designing or decorating our house now and trying to figure out what our aesthetic is going to be. But even things like that you think, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go look at a display at IKEA and figure it out. No, you ain't got to do that. You can go on Skillshare and take amazing classes. Obviously, I told you all about some other classes I've taken. Taking the class on how to stop killing my plants. That's not what it was called, but it was
You're
about...
the son of Sam.
It was about taking care of in-house plants. Taking a class on how to make different drinks with green tea because I love me some tea. Okay. I've also taken a class on TikTok for everyone, which helps you.
Really?
It helps you with storytelling on TikTok and how to come up with the story, how to shoot it, and how to edit it. Listen, I'm 41 years old.
That's
so
what good and clean 41.
I'm a good, clean 41. So some of these apps, they're not as easy for me to figure out. And TikTok is one of them that be evading me.
You be looking over your glass. Now, how you get the... How you get the tactics to
to do the thing? Then do I hashtag it?
How you hashtag? I want to. You sound like Tab. I want to do the renegade.
That is what I feel like. And don't nobody want to help me, but Skillshare said, Angel, we got you.
They ain't gonna make you feel bad about it, which is key.
And you don't even have to leave your house. You're able to do this at the comfort of your own home or wherever you are. As long as you can log into your premium account, you can take these wonderful classes. And they also have some live classes that you can take as well. So whether you're a dabbler or a pro or a hobbyist or a master, you're creative. Discover what you can make with classes for every skill level. Experience real improvement with hands-on projects and classes designed for real life. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, especially when compared to pricey in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. So this is what we want you to do. Explore your creativity at Skillshare.com and get explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/SK.
SK.
And get a 1 month
SK.
free trial of premium membership. That's 1 month of a premium membership at Skillshare.com/SK.
SK. Now, Stage Crew, sorry, go ahead, Cam.
SK.
Thank you. Y'all gonna get enough of telling me what to do. Now, usually when we're in our studio, Josh goes on a single to Angel, and when she's doing the ads, I'm looking for the next story. Y'all think I'm on my phone playing tic-tac-toe? I'm looking for the next thing.
Well,
so
sometimes you be playing pool, but
that was because Tony Baker was mourning, okay? That's the only person I play pool with. He is mourning. And I'm going to be there for him. If you don't want to be there for him, that's fine.
I'm here for
but
him
in
all the
my
time.
way, he want to play pool with
I'm
me,
here for
and
him
my
all
friend
the
is in
time.
mourning. I'm going to take my turn, Angel. And I'm not going to apologize for it. He needs me right now.
Does he need you?
He needs me right now.
Does he need
And y'all
you?
going to get enough of fussing at me here? We don't got enough space. Cam can't. He don't single her out. Just hush. Y'all watch it live and then hush about it.
Stop fussing, Kevin.
I know, I love him so much. That's why the Stage Crew, we so close, they just feel like they could just tell me anything. And I'd be like, sometimes y'all don't know what your doggone talking about.
But let 'em
I
not
thought
talk
that
about
I
it.
should let you
Come
know.
on.
They had
And
so
my
many
heart
good
is
songs.
Yes, so damn.
Diddy.
So damaged.
You could be the one to know.
And how you gonna fix it?
Fix it.
Baby, I
By the
gotta
way,
know.
as I'm listening to these lyrics, That's a ridiculous proposition.
Absolutely.
Why is it my responsibility to fix your damage?
That's because she's that damaged.
But what does that have to do? You need to do the self-work.
If she's the songwriter, she's that damaged that she's like, you fix it. Maybe she's singing it to a counselor.
She better be, but she wasn't. They ain't doing this to the counselor. That's to a boyfriend.
I to let you know, Dr. Schmidt, the damage, so damaged.
How are you gonna fix it? No. How am I gonna fix it?
Maybe I got
No, do your own self-work. I'm out. I'm Johnny from Married at First Sight. You're damaged. This is previous baggage. Okay, Music Soul Child got a good song about
what is it? Which one?
Oh my God, what is it about baggage? Previous Cats. Previous Cats. Music Soul Child got a song called Previous Cats.
Erykah Badu got a song.
It's
called Bag Lady.
Oh, you sounded good.
You gon' miss your bus.
No, you gonna hurt your back.
You can't hurry up because you got too
you're
much
just making up the words.
That is the second verse. Thank
what did you say?
Bag lady, you got too much stuff. You can't hurry up because bag lady, you gonna miss your bus. You got to hurry up because you got too much stuff. I know that's hard.
You know, this is Previous Cats. This is what Danny DeCane needed to listen to. Music Soul Child is singing to Danny DeCane, and I'm gonna sing with him. This video ain't gonna get monetized now, but I don't care.
Sing it, Kevin. Sing.
Here we go. You ready, Danny DeCane? First things first, girl, recognize who is with you now. Second thing, can't blame me for how you were treated before I came. Who am I not, girl? I'm not Steven, Anthony, even Leroy or Ivan. Dang, girl, I've been right there for you since day one. So where is all this coming from? I'm not to blame for the pain that was caused by previous cats, yeah, who had your heart before me. Not my responsibility, not to blame for the pain that was caused by previous cats. Got to see me for me. What is with all the questioning about where I've been? And why must you roll your eye when I say she's just a friend? I knew before. It's not like I call you Sabrina, Pam, or Tanisha, Andrea either. Girl, we go deeper. No, I'm not to blame for the pain that was caused by previous cats. Girl, oh, that was caused. Okay, I'm not going to do with you.
Cats.
See?
Previous Wildcats.
I don't know what those young ones did. Insecure, but I think you need to let it go. Falsetto. Let it go. Don't let your past get all in the way. Cause what is here today may not be guaranteed tomorrow. I'm not out of line, just speaking my mind. When I'm saying that you're causing too much time for another brother crying. Girl, you fix your own damaged heart. Our previous
Wildcat.
Yeah.
For the pain that was caused by previous Wildcats.
People in your life. You really did this for 3.5 minutes.
You sang
You don't got to. I'm not standing up.
Getting the rest of my
Oh,
cause pretty eyes.
gotta see me for me. We needed a better help ad today. Daddy DeCane, you get in your own therapy and fix your own stuff. You ain't out of breath? This is the Unruly Cousins in a nutshell. If you've never seen the podcast, that 3.5-minute segment of song plus a Daddy DeCane,
Yeah.
that's Angel and Cal.
Pretty much.
In a nutshell, we want to end on something light today.
Let's do it.
Here's a question for you, Angel. And you're a TV actress. You've watched some television as well.
I saw this question. I don't know if I know the answer. I don't know if I have
Cam,
an answer.
You join in on this.
Ooh,
Here's
I've
the
been
question.
thinking.
You been thinking?
Yeah, you talk about the tragic?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Where is this question at?
It's up higher. No.
Oh, the other way?
Higher, yeah. Keep on. This is before him.
Oh, before D. Here it is.
Yeah.
Okay. What character in television history suffered the most tragedy? Who had the saddest TV run? I've got a couple for you.
Give me, because maybe that'll help me
Okay.
think of somebody.
The first one I think of, and you haven't seen this show, and I want you to watch it.
The Wire?
Wallace
I figured it would be somebody from The Wire for you.
in The Wire.
I knew.
Poor Wallace. Have you seen The Wire, Cam?
I've seen parts of it, not
Okay.
the entire stretch.
Wallace was just a young kid, okay, growing up in the Baltimore projects. He was running with Avon Barksdale's crew. Essentially, I don't want to spoil the whole thing for you, but he didn't have the heart of steel to be in the game. In a moment of weakness, Wallace got scared. Okay, he didn't snitch.
I got somebody. Go ahead.
All he did was take a mental health break.
Oh, no.
He went and stayed with his grandma.
And what happened?
And they thought because they couldn't find him, they thought he was going to snitch or he was weak. And the reason why it was so sad is because Wallace, he took care of his little brothers and sisters, okay? And when he was murked, they made his boys do it. Bodie and Poot had to murder Wallace. They weren't even like that yet, you know? But you know how the game is. You know how the streets is. They're going to send it. If it was me, the Angel going to kill me. Okay? Angel is going to be the friend. Melissa would never do it. But Angel, they'd be like, you kill him or we kill you. And Angel be like, well, he was my unruly cousin.
Right. He's lived a great life.
He's lived a great life. He went to Europe. He said it all the time for Amar. That's my first submission. I'll take yours before I give you my second one.
Jon Snow. I feel as though Jon Snow suffered more than anybody. I always say Jon Snow had the plight of a black woman.
Do you always say that?
Yes, because I feel like he saved the world and then they shunned him off to the wall. They said, go on. That's what they do with us. Come save us. Now get in the back of the line. He lost all of his family, didn't even know who he was, could have been living as royalty.
Sure could have. Or could have been dashed against a wall.
Well, one of the two. He had to, in order to save the people, kill the reigning queen, which all of them wanted to happen. But when he did it, it was
now
like,
everybody's upset.
Oh, how dare you? You've got to be said. We won't kill you, but we'll send you to purgatory, basically.
And he got stabbed in the back.
He got stabbed in the
Literally.
He said,
and Ollie, you freaking ungrateful jerk. Little Ollie, remember Ollie?
I don't know that name.
That little kid at the wall who stabbed him too?
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
they was like handing off the mic, the knife. I mean,
cat. They all stabbed him
them
up.
other people was against him from the beginning, but Ollie was his boy.
He was brought back to life just to end up saving the world and having to go live in destitute.
I think the only thing about it is,
What?
I think he was happy north of the wall. He was like, y'all take all this crap.
Because-
I don't want to be king.
But that's the
I
shame.
don't want it.
That's the shame of it. That everybody else could be able to live in glory, but they were gonna give him a living hell if he did.
But the only thing is, at the end, I think he got what he wanted.
No.
All things being considered, what do you think he wanted?
That's like people saying black folk like to live in the hood. That's what they want. They want to be around each other, living in the hood. That is exactly what it is. They like living north of the wall.
He had his girl up in the north, Ygritte. You know nothing, Jon Snow. He had good memories. She died and turned into a zombie.
I was about to say, she's dead.
She did be dead.
Memories, he can have memories south of the wall.
He don't want to be south of the wall, man.
He would, because people were gonna kill him regardless.
That's
he
true.
had just
the Unsullied really took it personal that he killed their mom. We don't have no penises.
Yeah.
That's why the Unsullied Grey Worm, he was finna get with Mate to the other. What you finna do but eat that cat?
Yeah, he was fine with that.
He ain't gonna eat that cat. He ain't got no. He gonna rub that
He
nub.
was happy with that.
He had a
was
little
like,
clit.
he was like, listen, it works. Just touch my ears. I don't care.
How did the Unsullied pee?
They still have urethras. I think. I mean, so they had no penises or balls, or they just.
I don't know if they took the. Can you cut the balls off and live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lance Armstrong. He ain't got no balls. So what do they have then?
I don't know because they didn't show it. They didn't show the anatomy.
Probably like a no.
Wait a minute, did they? Did they
Probably
show?
no. They never showed it. No.
They didn't show a bush, just
It
a
probably
bush
was a
down
little
there.
bald, little coochie
I'm
looking.
sure. Listen,
No, probably was
humans are
hairy.
creative. They probably
Oh
found
yeah,
a
they
way.
would have scissored.
Yeah, so he was probably happy. Yeah, castrated. So they just didn't have no balls. Okay.
Oh, they had peen.
I think so.
No, but don't the balls supply the blood to make the peen hard?
No, the body supplies
no.
the blood. No,
the balls is just for the
semen in the sperm.
Yeah.
So that did they get the balls in the shaft or just the balls?
I think they might have just.
If it's castrated, you just the balls.
You just.
Oh, he's fine then.
He's like, come on around and train.
He's about to get his Unsullied peen.
Yeah, so he didn't live a terrible life. But Jon Snow, probably, I was pissed off the way it ended because of them sending him north.
He really
of the wall.
He never got a fair shake.
He never did. He just went off with that Duke process curl.
Not Duke.
That's what it reminded me. I said.
All right, Cam, who you got?
Will from Stranger Things. I feel like he got a bad.
Oh man!
He was gone for the first season in the Upside Down, and then he's possessed in the second season, and then in the third season, no one wants to be friends with because he's like missed so much of his like childhood now. And he still wants to like play D&D, and they're all like, "No, we're into girls now," and now that he moves away at the end of the season.
That is so
That sounds so sad.
Of all the kids, man,
and he's a kid.
He's a kid.
Oh,
the
that
second
sucks
thing,
balls.
they came right back to him. They had all them other kids. They was like, "Nah, you again." He was like, "I did it. I was in the Upside Down for the whole season."
No,
man, he got a raw deal.
That sucks.
Okay, here's my second one. That's fantastic, Cam. I think you're in the lead. The other one I think is Jesse from Breaking Bad.
He
had a
watched
good
the 3
thing
episodes
going.
that were free
Okay,
on
you're
the plane.
still missing, Angel. Here's the thing about Jesse. He was just a low-level drug dealer selling meth on the side. His chemistry teacher comes in, and we're gonna make a lot of money, and his life just goes to. You know what? I don't want to spoil the whole thing for you.
It's okay.
You're not gonna watch it, are you?
I want to try, but how many hours I got in a day? I have to review 50 million shows for podcasts. I don't have time for leisure watching.
God, it's such a shame.
It is. I know, right?
Well, since you're not gonna watch it, spoiler alert if you are gonna watch it. Jesse, man, some people just want to sell low-level drugs. Everybody doesn't want to be Pablo Escobar.
Right.
Some people want to come home. And also, this is a random thought. I kind of want to make this into a movie or a sketch or something. You know who they don't talk about enough? Henchmen. Okay? The henchmen of drug dealers, you know, like the guys who just walk around with the
go and kill
guns,
folk.
them specifically. When they die, what happens?
They get buried.
But the family is like, these guys are not rich. They're just going to work. There's no hazard pay. Is there a henchman
Batman's
meeting?
beating you to a pulp, and then you got to
This
crawl
guy,
home.
one of my favorite jokes on Twitter right now is Batman is just beating up mentally ill people.
Yeah, basically.
God,
And he's a
he
mentally
is.
ill person beating him.
He is a
Yes.
mentally ill person beating
Yes.
up other. When they get arrested, they go to a psychiatric hospital.
You are so right.
Leave them alone.
But
He
they
is
out
just
here.
beating up.
They don't got the good drugs for them to help regulate their system. So everybody just running reckless in these streets, and the lights ain't on. They need to pay the electricity bill.
They do-
It's too dark in Gotham.
And plus, Batman's so rich, he's putting his money in the wrong place. He
He
could be
really
helping Gotham
is.
in so many other ways.
Now listen,
And
he
also-
would probably invest in the activist. He'd be like,
Oh,
yeah.
he'd be all over that. Batman was so full of himself.
He was.
Just get over it, you jerk. And also, if you commit crime at 3 p.m., you're getting away with it.
Yeah.
He's not running around with the suit on at 3 p.m. He's in the
He's in the
boardroom.
boardroom. Yeah, he's in the board meeting. Asleep.
He's Jeff Bezos, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Playing around with our lives, beating up mentally ill people. Man, let it go. And Mr. Freeze got a raw deal. All he wanted to do was save his wife.
That's another one who but it was a movie. It wasn't. Sorry.
We'll take a movie since you only had one.
I was about to say the Joker.
Well, he's in
Which
TV
one?
shows. There's enough TV shows of the Batman villains.
The specific one I'm thinking about movie wise.
The Todd Phillips, with Joaquin.
Yes.
Yeah, he got beat up and they broke his sign.
Yeah, I mean, his life sucked.
They just
Completely
tore that-
legitimate why he became who he became.
Yes.
Breaking the sign was so unnecessary. Then he got fired for the sign getting
I
broken.
mean, it was terrible. I understood why he shot what's his face in the head.
Oh,
a
those
while
Oh,
ago.
when he
guys
shot those
deserved
guys, I
it.
was like,
I was like, yep, there you go.
Those
That's what happens.
the guys on the train.
yeah.
Listen. There's a lot of white incels who were just like,
I think
this is
we've
me.
met so many people like that on
Oh my
places like that.
gosh!
Mm-hmm,
The funniest thing about that movie, and I know it wasn't intended to be funny, he killed them and went into the bathroom and praised dance.
Yeah.
He just did a dance to total praise.
He was
Lord,
lyrical dancing his butt off. Liturgical, I mean.
will live. Why are you praying? And he was so elegant with it.
He was. It was beautiful. But this is why I have always in high school I was nice to all of the people that were in high school that you knew had mental illness. Because people would make fun of them, and I'd be like, "Don't do that. They are doing the best they can."
I was the same way.
I was
the same way.
And that's what I be thinking. I be like, and then when you keep doing that stuff, you end up with a joker.
You do.
You end up with somebody shooting you in the head.
And those guys, they were pricks, and they work for Wayne Enterprises. On top of that,
Yep, that's what they
freaking
get.
Batman. Anyway. We got to go. Josh, you are missed. I hope you're enjoying your golf.
And you know he
and
is.
you're truly my pineapple seltzer.
Yeah.
I mean, he just thinks he's better than us.
He does.
Mainly because he knows how to play golf. By the way, Josh wanted to come and be like, I'll be there. And I was like, man, take your vacation.
Yeah.
You don't have to be here every time.
He's like, I feel some type of way not being there. I don't think he feels any type of way other than relaxed.
Yeah, not when you're on the links. You know he's having a cold one right now.
Oh, yeah.
A brewski of Modelo. And that's not because he's Mexican. He really do be drinking Modelo.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about his Tesla and the stocks that he has and
He's
stuff
got a
like
white glove on.
that.
It's
Yes.
pretentious. It's pretentious, Joshua.
Josh.
Your little cute self with your little dimple. I mean, not dimple. Your
Mole.
little mole.
He
your
is
little,
adorable.
Fade.
I'm doing a campaign for him to grow a man bun until we finish our album.
I want to do the man bun. He was really close a couple months ago. He hadn't had a haircut in a minute, and he was right there for the taking.
I think he's gonna do it
Pull
until
it back.
it'll be a great for the documentary or the
Absolutely.
making of. Yes.
Absolutely.
But Cam has been such a wonderful asset.
Cam.
Thank
got
you
in on the
so
conversation.
much.
Cam just fits in so well.
He does. That's why he's here.
That's
Because
why
he's
he's here.
amazing.
All right. We love you, Patreon. We will see you. I don't know when we're doing the bonus episode yet.
Probably Thursday.
We'll figure it out.
probably gonna
But
be
until
Thursday.
then, if you're on Patreon watching this right now, we're getting ready to do Married at First Sight. So give us about a 5-10 minute break, and then Marcus and Melissa will be in here. We'll do Married at First Sight, and then we'll let you go. God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you at the conference.
Here's another banger for you. Here's another one. Yeah. Here's another banger for you. Here's another one. Yeah. Here's another banger for you. Here's another banger for you. With my boy Kev on stage. And that chick Angel.